Hello guys. Yeah, I'm just leaving the park now. So before I get home, I would like to share this with you. So welcome back here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys might be. So it's your friend, your family member, your daughter, and your colleague. Yeah, and your well-wisher in the Jackpot Walk. So today, what I want to share is not about nurses or medical practitioners alone. It concerns everybody that cares, that is thinking of moving. Why do we keep talking about moving and moving and moving? Because moving around is everybody's thing. And I will just share one or two people with you that moved from where they were to this country that I will be discussing with you. A Filipino and a couple from the Philippines and another couple from Australia. And honestly, it's been a beautiful journey for them. So don't say we are always talking about moving. And honestly, okay, maybe at some point we talk about how people can migrate to Nigeria, the kind of jobs that are there. So that it will seem to people that we're just talking about people moving from Nigeria or Africa to other parts of the world. There are things people can do too. They can migrate to Nigeria from whichever country they are watching us from. So soon as we let you know what you can migrate to Nigeria to go and do, if that's what you desire. But then, if you are thinking of migrating from many parts of the world to this country I want to talk about, you are really doing yourself a beautiful one. Honestly, it's one of those countries, one of those European countries that are thriving very well. Cost of living is quite is on the high side, but the earnings, they are, I think, the best paying European country so far. So good, from the little research I've done. So I'm talking today about Iceland. Iceland, the land that some people call the land of fire and ice. And there you can see beautiful landscapes here and there, and there are very beautiful, vibrant job opportunities. Great jobs are available there for many people, especially if you're a skilled worker, if you're a professional, if you are thinking about migrating around here and there. Iceland is a beautiful one that you should be thinking about at this particular point in time, that everywhere UK is doing this and some other places are doing that and doing that and doing that. Yeah. So even in this particular year, 2024, is still very outstandingly noted as one of the very best places to migrate to. There are ease of jobs. There are loads of jobs that are available there. And they did say there are ease of work visa options that people can actually pursue that would make it very easy for you to transition to permanent residency and to naturalization. So let's see how it is. You know, we've had situations where Germany has been doing a whole lot about having people come over to them. They've talked about the migration through language pathway. They talk about the blue card. Now we're having the opportunity card, which just started in this month of June. I don't know how my people are faring about it. If you've been able to go to the consulate in your home country, can you just raise up your hands and let's see how well you are going with it. So we see Germany doing that. We see Netherlands. We do see the Sweden doing that, and so many of them like that and like that and like that. So let me just give you reasons that you must start thinking about relocating to Iceland if that's what you want to, what you may want to think about. It is a place with high quality of life. Like, they don't have too many people. I think their population is just about 300,000. I don't think that's up to what Lagos is in Nigeria. So they are not overpopulated. So you can just boast of good environment, less environmental pollution, just name it and name it and name it. Of course, it's a very beautiful place for tourism, and people have been going there. I've had friends that have been there for holidays, and just name it, honestly. So it's a very beautiful one. Like, if you finish your day's work, you can go to places to see things and rest and relax. And honestly, you can have a look at the geothermal pool where you see ice and you see the fire brimming loud. So that's one of the things. If you are someone who is tourism conscious, it may be a very good place for you to think of migrating to. And the work visa too is simplified. It's not so tough. The moment you can get an employer, it's quite easy for you to be able to get in there. Okay, and you can actually think about the digital nomad visa too. Like, the digital nomad visa is like, if you secure a job in Germany that you can do from the comfort of another country, you can decide to get a visa to go and reside in Iceland and just be doing your work from that place. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful one, honestly. So it's giving out a raw range of visa options that could cater for different, diverse, various professional needs, honestly. So from work permits, like residence permit for work, you can get that. If you get job offer, you can get the digital nomad visa, and so many other things that you can do, and you have beautiful outdoor experiences. And then it's a beautiful one because there are lots of skills that are in shortage, that they are in shortage of in that country. You see, the IT world, the engineering world, construction world, tourism, healthcare industry. If you belong or you have a closely opposed profession to this one, or career that you are working on to this one, you can actually do it. And honestly, it's a beautiful, 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 beautiful one. It's one of the very best countries you can move into. And should we talk about the types of visas you can get there? You can get temporary work visa. Like, if you get shorter term employment in some fields, talk of if you are an athlete or you are a sports person, or those areas with labor shortages, talk of maybe you're a bricklayer, you're a carpenter, you're a painter, you just name it. You can get temporary work permit, which eventually you may want to actually convert to permanent work permit that will lead you to naturalization at the end of the day. And you can get long distance remote work visa. I'm still going to talk in full about this digital nomad visa. So that was introduced about 4 years ago, and such visa allows such a person that is doing this kind of job to work remotely for companies outside this Iceland. I mean, if you are working remotely for a country that is outside Iceland, you can get visa, you can get Iceland long-term remote visa, digital nomad visa, to go and reside in Iceland. So for example, if there is a job you can do right from the comfort of your home in the UK, and maybe UK employs you for the job, but you don't want to live in the UK, and you have that job, and you can get the appropriate amount that they should be paying you. Like, if that company is paying you like about $7,300 which is, you understand, you may decide to take that digital nomad visa and be resident in Iceland. So even if you are in Nigeria, you don't want to come and live in the UK, but you have that job, you can take that digital nomad visa and be resident in Iceland and be doing the job that UK employer has employed you for. Honestly, so the eligibility for such visa, digital nomad visa, is that for this Iceland, that company must not be in Iceland. You must be earning at least $7,300 US dollars, and you must have a proof of health insurance and accommodation in Iceland. So you have to get those ones fixed before you can do this one. In this one is a long-term visa. Okay, so also we can have the Iceland residence permit for work. So if in this situation the person will get a permit after securing a job in Iceland, and you can live and work in that country for a specified period of time. And the eligibility for this is that you must have a proof of qualifications and experience for that work that you've been offered. You must be able to fulfill some specific requirements for that profession you are coming to do. So you know, if you are coming to practice like nursing now, you must have everything that is needed by the board of nursing down there to be able to practice there. I'm saying again that today's output is not about nurses and nurses alone. Lots of job. I'm going to give you links from government websites that you can check for job from. I'm going to give you links from proven agencies. But please, when you are starting, if you are starting with agency, just kindly keep us in the loop of what we are doing so that we can have a good look at everything together, so you don't end up being scammed. Please and please and please, if you go on ahead and you do it without any verification, please don't blame anyone. You are an adult, you have the capacity, and you know I'm not an immigration officer. I'm just putting out some information there to be able to help you to be the best, to make the best of the journey and make it easy for you. So that is that about this particular Iceland residence permit, work permit, visa, or whatsoever it is. And you can go for the job seeker visa too. Like, if Iceland does not have a specific job, I mean, you can visit on a tourist visa, and while you are there, you can search for jobs. It's like the one that Germany is doing now, the opportunity card. So you can visit. If you are able to get their tourist visa, then you can get in there and start looking for that your job. If you get your job there, then you now change to residence permit for work from within that Iceland. Also, if you're a business oriented person and you have your money, you can just develop your business plan and then present it. Then you can get that business visa. Those are the specific eligibilities that you have to have at the back of your hands before you start the journey. I'll give you the link. You'll be able to have a look at it and see which one you think you want to go with, or which one is easy for you, which one is the best for you. Now, there are some things that are very, very paramount to everyone who wants to migrate to any country at all. So I will mention about 4 or 5 of them. In this situation, it is important that you must be able to get job offer. A valid job offer from an Iceland employer will actually put you in the forefront of everybody that is looking to move in. And except now that if we are talking about digital nomad visa, you don't need Iceland work offer. You don't need job offer from Iceland in this situation. You're going to present the offer you got. You're going to from that other country, from that employer from another country, to get the visa to stay in Iceland in this situation. You need your valid travel document, which in most situations will be your valid passport. It must be valid for 3 months beyond the time you want to stay in Iceland. So let's say the visa you want to apply for, you are to stay in Iceland till 2026 December. It means that the passport you must hold must move to 2027 March. Okay, so if your visa will expire in Iceland, in the one you are aspiring to apply for, if it will expire in Iceland on December 30th, 2026, your passport must be viable till March 29th, 2027. I think that's quite explicit. So you must have qualifications and experience that you are presenting for that job that you've applied for. All these things, you should have the proof of relevant qualifications to the job that you've applied for. And you should do your police clearance check. That's what they call. You must have a clean criminal record. You must not have anything incriminating and anything of such. You mustn't have them. Then your health insurance must be intact. They don't want a situation where you will be sneezing, you will need medicine for sore throat, and then you will not be able to get someone to help you out or anything like that. You must have a valid health insurance for the period you are staying there. So what I will do now will be to leave you the links of some top recruitment agencies, or maybe their names. In that situation, you may be able to reach out to them, to check on them, to ask them if your skill is one of the things they are helping their government to recruit for. They are helping companies or firms around to recruit for. They should help you out. Otherwise, you may want to apply by yourself to some other links that I will drop here for you to have a good look at. Some will be from government website. If I am you, I will try to look at the government websites before looking at agencies. So let's see some occupations that are in shortage. They are in shortage of in Iceland. Like, everywhere, everyone needs one healthcare professional or the other. So you can talk about nurses, you can talk about doctors, talk about any other health professional, medical laboratory scientists, physiotherapists, occupational therapists, dietitians, dietetics, or whatsoever the names are. Honestly, you can keep looking at myriads of people in healthcare profession. And the industrial units of the construction areas, honestly, if you're a trade person, like I mentioned, you're a plumber, you're a carpenter, you're a painter, you're an electrician, you're a bricklayer, you are in the construction world, you are a trade worker, it's a good one for you. And also, if you work in the IT, these guys are hot cakes. These guys, nobody can do without them. At this particular point in time, again, in this millennium, you can't do without them. The engineers, you can't do without these people. Honestly, if you are in the tourism industry, they need you. You are a caterer, you are a chef, you are in the hospitality world. Just name it. You are a tour guide, they need you. You are working in customer service arena, they need you. You are a customer service representative, they need you, honestly. So just go on, mash on, check on this one. Then how will you then apply for the permanent residency? Honestly, there are things it's your employer that in most situations that will initiate the process for you. Your employer will submit your application to the Directorate of Labor, including the job details and justification, reason they want to hire from foreign areas. Like, they will possibly said, we've put this application out for a particular number of days and we haven't got anyone to apply that could fill in this position, and this is the need for these jobs to be done for our country, to make life better, to make life easy for people, and all that. So because we couldn't find people from our own country here, we need people from outside there. So when the government has given them permission, then they will get your documents, like the documentation, everything we've talked about, like signed employment contracts from your employer, your ID, proof of qualifications, so many other things. Then your application fee. Honestly, the visa application fee is not something that can break anybody's bank. It's just less than 100 euro. So it's less than 100 euro. So it's not anything that is too much for me. I think it's not bad. You must have your approval and health care contribution, like insurance should be ready for you, such that when you arrive, they know that, okay, you are able to have good health care in case you need it. Then your application fees, in most situation, your employer will pay for the application fee, while you may need to recover additional costs like travel insurance and living expenses proof and all those things. You may need to recover them from your employer. And the processing fees for your visa application and all those things could also be between, let's say, 30 to 50 euro. Travel insurance, you must fix that, is less than 150 euro. Living expenses proof of fund, you can make it like about 30 euro per day for whatever level of calculation you want to do with that. Honestly, I will want to explore for that if I'm in your situation, to see what is going on with this particular country, and I want to just put in my best and hope for the best. I wish you success. Look through the link, try to put in your application, and let's see how beautifully you will be favored. I believe you will be favored. See you guys. I'll see you when you are picking your loads and getting inside the plane and moving to Iceland. Cheers, guys. Bye bye. Have a good sleep.